$219 for a double gasket mounted 5-axis machine keyboard. Let's take a look at the Spectacle 60. So the Spectacle 60 is a 60% double gasket mounted keyboard that comes in Windows key, Windows keyless, and HHKB. This keyboard was designed by Stylo Studio, who collaborated with Kizua to bring this keyboard back into Groove By. Now, there are a ton of color options to choose from the top and bottom case, allowing you to customize the look of the board. There are too many to mention, so check the link in the description to check them all out. The color I have is black with the Chinese red bottom. Now, the kit comes in a nice box with the Spectacle case in the color of your choice, a 1.2mm PCB that has 4 options to choose from. You can select hot swap PCB that comes in either flex cut or non-flex cut. One thing to keep in mind is that the layout is fixed, so make sure that this is the layout for you. They also have solder if you want to customize your layout, and that also comes in either flex cut or non-flex cut as well. Along with gasket socks and these small white gaskets which go on the corners of the gasket channels. This is what makes it a double gasket mount, which is exactly what Percent Studio used in their Trio and their Luna lineup. Simply install them on the corners like this, and the gasket socks on the plate, and lay the plate PCB assembly down on the white gaskets. This makes for a super soft and bouncy typing experience. Foams are also included in the kit, which include 2 case foams, plate foam, and PE foam. As far as the design, I really love the curves on the side. It's really something different, and it's not often you find 5-axis milling at this price, so kudos to them to be able to do that. The side bezels get thicker towards the top of the case, which adds to the uniqueness of the overall design. Now the corners of this board are really sharp though, like you can literally almost cut yourself sharp. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to make sure this keyboard is not easily accessible for my kids. That's how much these corners bother me. But besides that, I like the design quite a bit and the various color options that they have to choose from. Although the accented colors are on the bottom, you can still see it from the USB port, which is something honestly you'll never see. It would have been nice to have a little bit of that bottom round out in the back just to show that color a little bit. The build process is pretty straightforward. The only real thing you're probably going to have questions about is the gasket socks. There is a thicker and a thinner side. The thicker side goes on the top. That's what makes the keycap sit at the right height. Other than that, pretty straightforward build. The sound of the board is pretty decent. I found that using 2 case foams helps the sound a lot. With no foams and the flex cut PCB, the board sounds pretty hollow, especially at the space bar. It sounds pretty bad. I'd assume the non-flex cut PCB will help a bit, but play around with the foams to find the sound and feel that you want. Adding the case foam does reduce the flex of the board, but it's still a nice soft bottom out when you type. Yeah, so overall the Spectacle 60 is a nice keyboard with a very interesting price point at $219. Now this does draw a lot of comparisons to the Arc 60, so let me address that real quick. For me, the Arc 60 is a better buy, although at a higher price point. You do have multiple configuration options in going with a plate or a plateless build, and it sounds a lot better without any foams, or you can put foam in it to give you the sound that you're looking for. The Spectacle 60 does come in at a lower price point. It does have a unique design, and it's something that you should probably take a look at if this fits your taste. That's all I got for this one. I got the Forever 65 review coming up next, so subscribe if you want to see that. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Enjoy the sound test. Peace.